This is the additional problems for the 7.4 to 7.7 study guide. Okay, so your first problem says 5i plus the quantity -7 minus I. So the first thing you need to do is you'd just be distributing a positive 1, so it just changes to 5i minus 7 minus I. Then you're going to combine like terms. 5i minus I is 4i minus 7. And remember, they want it in the form a plus bi, which I failed miserably at on the first video, but we will fix that now. So it becomes -7 plus 4i. Be very careful. The sign goes with the number. So here it's -7, here it's -7, here it's positive 4i, here it's positive 4i. Okay? In this one, you're actually going to have to distribute a negative. Very common mistake is to try to multiply these together, but you're not multiplying, you are subtracting. So be very careful. So it's 3 plus 3i plus 2, because negative times -2 is positive 2, and -1 times positive I is negative I. We're going to combine like terms. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 3i minus I is actually 2i. And that's already in the form a plus bi, so I don't need to switch anything around. Okay, now here you actually are multiplying. There is no operation in between these two parentheses, which implies multiplication. So I'm going to multiply 14 times -10, which is -140, and then I'm going to multiply I times I to give me I squared. And remember, we will never ever leave an I squared in our solution, because I squared is equal to -1. So we're going to change that I squared to -1, and that means our answer will be a positive 140, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. Next, we have 2 plus 6i squared. Please make sure that you understand that this is 2 plus 6i times 2 plus 6i. Do not just square both pieces. So you're going to double distribute, giving me 4 plus 12i plus 12i plus 36i squared. Combine like terms, giving you 4 plus 24i plus 36 times -1, because remember, I squared is always -1. That leaves me 4 plus 24i minus 36. Combine your like terms. 4 minus 36 is -32 plus 24i. And that is your final answer. And then last one, you cannot have an I in the denominator, so you actually have to rationalize this. You're going to use the same rules that you use to rationalize denominators in 7.5. We're going to multiply by the conjugate, which is 7 plus 2i over 7 plus 2i, the conjugate of the denominator. So you're going to double distribute the numerator. So 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 2i is 8i. 5i times 7 is 35i, and 5i times 2i is actually 10i squared. And this is all over, in the denominator, 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 2i is 14i, -2i times 7 is -14i, and -2i times 2i is -4i squared. The whole purpose of multiplying by the conjugate is that your middle terms in the denominator cancel, and then you're going to change your I squared to -1. So in the denominator, you're left with 49. It ends up being plus 4, because it's -4 times -1. And then in your numerator, you're going to combine your like terms, which is going to give you 28 plus 43i plus 10, and then it's actually times -1, because we know I squared is -1. So let me clean that up a little bit for you. So you've got 28 plus 43i minus 10, because 10 times -1 is -10, and this is all over 49 plus 4. All right, combine like terms. 28 minus 10 is 18. So you have 18 plus 43i all over, and 49 plus 4 is 53. And trying to see if anything or I can factor out anything between 18 and 43. Don't believe I can, so that should be your final answer. All right, you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.